Hello, Saskia, devotional goddess here. I wanted to pop on this morning before the day fully launches, and I haven't had a chance to be with you. So I just dropped in a Facebook Live on my devotional goddess Facebook page, and I'm going to give it to you here too. A centering practice. Today is September 10th, and over the weekend we had a full moon eclipse. The energies on the planet right now are changing and shifting, and we as human beings are feeling the impact of this, even if you realize it or not. I had a colleague at work the other day saying, someone asked me what was good for memory and I couldn't remember, and I thought it was lion's mane, but I couldn't remember. But I'm pretty sure it was. And I shared with her, listen, everyone's feeling a little discombobulated. We've just had a full moon eclipse this weekend, and everyone's off slightly, and they can't quite place what it is unless they know about the full moon. And she was like, oh my goodness, thank you so much for sharing that. This makes so much sense. Lion's mane is an amazing mushroom for cognition, for memory. So we had a good giggle about that. But these last couple of days, I have really been connecting with my breath, because I know how to ground myself, how to center myself. Even though it was pretty windy and blustery yesterday afternoon, after dinner I said to my daughters, we're going for a walk. We need to be by the ocean. We need to take in the ocean air, be by the water, be outside before bed, and just take in this evening, night, fresh air before bed. Tripping over my words. So that's what we did. And we all benefited. I made sure we had some giggles, we had some fun, and we kept it light. So where are you allowing lightness in? And can you find ways to be goofy, to keep things light? At the same time, stay connected to your breath to maintain grounding. It is so important right now that we are aware of what are our tools that ground us and that support us at this time. So I'm going to walk you through a breath work that, if you don't already have one, or hopefully this may enhance or expand upon your practices that help you to ground and help you to do it in a moment's notice, because that's truly powerful and truly what we need. Something that we can tap into in a moment's notice and just allow it to enhance our connection with self, our centeredness, our steadiness. This is what we need. So take a moment, pause this if you need to, but come find a comfortable seated position. Just going to take 5 minutes of your time to center and to breathe. So once you've found a place to sit, make sure that you are sitting upright with ease. You're either sitting elevated so your knees are on the same line as your hips, or you're seated on a chair with your feet resting to the floor. This is important because it's important for grounding. So you may or may not be with your back up against the chair if your feet are not rested to the earth. All right. From here, come to close your eyes. Allow the tip of the tongue to rest behind your 2 front teeth and draw your inner gaze inwards and upwards to your brow point. Allow for a cleansing exhalation of breath. Allow all the breath to slowly leave the body, and let all your breath be nasal breathing, breathing in and out through your nose. Your hands are rested onto your thighs, palms facing upwards, pointer finger and thumb touching, or you can place right palm on top of left and allow the thumbs to gently touch. And as you draw the breath in through the nose, your internal gaze continues to draw upwards to the brow point. Slowly allow the breath to exhale as the breath leaves the body. Pause and then draw the breath in once again through the nose. Expanding the length of the in-breath. Pause. And slowly breathing out through the nose and expanding the length of the out-breath. Pause. Breathing in. Pause. Slow, steady breath out. As you breathe in and out through the nose, feel the breath along the back of the body, along the sides of the ribs. Often we experience the breath at the front of the body because our organs of perception are at the front. So we naturally feel the breath and perceive the breath at the front of the body. So as you continue to breathe in and out with a slow, steady pace, envision the breath expanding through the back body, expanding through the back of the ribs, the sides of the ribs, breathing in, and slow, steady breaths out. Imagine breathing as if in slow motion, expanding the quality of your breath as you go. And breathing out, slow and steady once again. Observing the quality of your breath. And being aware of how the breath moves through your body. Two more cleansing breaths in. And two more slow, steady cleansing breaths out. And then coming to take your hands at heart center. And as you bow your chin down to your heart, invite your magnificent mind to merge with the wisdom and intelligence of your heart and your soul. As you exhale, continue to allow the breath to slowly leave the body. As you open the eyes and come back into the room, come back into this moment with eyes open. You can do this practice in your daily life. You don't always have to pause and sit. You can do it in the car. You can do it in your waking daily life, dropping into the breath. And the more that you drop into that breath and connect with your full cleansing inhales and your full cleansing exhales, your body will recognize this and it will acknowledge, oh, she has become aware of her breath and has expanded the connection to the parasympathetic nervous system. Right? Do you feel calm and steady right now? Your breath is more even. You are in your parasympathetic nervous system. It is important to feel this and recognize this, because we are infrequently in this state. We are not in this state most of the time. And this is why our disease rates are skyrocketing. This is why chronic disease, stress, anxiety, when we live in this place. Let me finish that sentence. This is why chronic disease is skyrocketing and why it has so many different shapes and forms, from fibromyalgia. Oh gosh, now I'm going blank because I'm in my parasympathetic nervous system. But all those, the gut issues that we have, the chronic disease that we have, that we can live with but flares up every now and then, but it's another signal that our body is not in homeostasis. It is not in balance. And this simple breathing practice allows us to amplify our memory, amplify the imprint into our body of being in a calm, restful state without being constantly on the go, constantly in our fight or flight, with our cortisol levels skyrocketing, fueling. We've become addicted to that adrenaline rush in order to get things done. But we also know how it is negatively impacting our lives, how our body has been giving us signals for quite a while, through pain, through discomfort, through gut issues, through panic attacks, through our depression, through our anxiety. All of these states are here to inform us that we're out of balance. And the power of our breath and the connection to our breath is what brings us to ourselves. And sometimes we're afraid of dropping into ourselves because we know that that shift implies or makes us aware of how much change we need to make in our lives in order to create balance. But believe me, take it one step at a time. Don't jump. When you witness yourself jumping to, that is too big of a beast for me to take on, I don't want to go there, drop back into that momentary breath and know that if you continue to drop into the breath, you continue to come to your present moment awareness, it will be clearer to you as to what steps you need to take in order to create greater balance. The unhealthier habits will begin to fall away because you won't have need for them anymore, because you're amplifying that nourishment, the rest and digest, the calmer state. And if you are ready, it will be a no-brainer. And you will continue to build upon that calmer response because you know your inner wisdom will kick in, and that will override the unhealthy, the detrimental habits that we cultivate that become our norm. But the back of our psyche, we know that it's not optimal for our health and well-being. We know that sitting on the couch every night or repetitively eating chips out of a bag, zoning out in front of TV, and not doing nourishing activities that actually enhance the quality of our lives. But when we pause with our breath, we start to calm the body down. And when we begin to calm the body down, we can truly begin to listen what lights us up and what makes us content, excited, happy, or even just in a neutral state, opposed to a stressed out state, opposed to a state where we're always feeling heavy or we're always feeling anxious. Coming to a neutral point is the starting point. And then we can continue to move the needle so that we start to feel joy again. Or we expand upon our experience of joy. Sit with this for a moment. Allow your breath to begin to inform you how you can create greater balance in your life. How can you start to connect to that peace inside of you? That place where you feel content. Contentment is where we want to be. Contentment is a state of mind that we want to know and be in relationship with. We're not going to have it all the time. That's fine. We want to have other emotions, but we want our baseline to be contentment. And we want to cultivate that relationship with what contentment looks like and feels like. And being in our parasympathetic nervous system is where contentment lives. It's the root of contentment. And from that rooted, grounded place, parasympathetic nervous system, contentment, we merge the two. From here, from this baseline, we can be in our sympathetic nervous system, but we know how to come back. We can be in our fight or flight, but we know how to come back. We know how to draw ourselves back to our center, back to our grounding. Our shopping addictions, our food addictions, our alcohol addictions, our substance addictions, those are all distractions because we've lost our connection with contentment. We've lost our connection with being able to be still, with being able to be present and find the richness here we know no matter how much money we earn, no matter how much things or how many things we have, it will never create contentment, because contentment is inside, is within us. And it is our own unique journey of self-discovery to find out what makes us content, what feeds our soul, and what lights us up. And it is a daily practice that we choose to do, and that you get to enrich on. And this practice is what enriches our lives. Not the acquisitions that we fill our houses with, but the true contentment that lies within is the cultivation of our stillness, the connection to our breath, and all of this is the remembrance of our divine connection in your internal goddess. She's in there. She's within each and every human being. Male, female, it's our sovereignty. It's who we truly are in our unique divine spark. And this is what, as on a soul plane, we came to connect with, to remember who we are and where we came from. I hope this is helpful. All my information is in the links below. If anything that I offer lights you up, check it out. Join me in a yoga class. Join me in a retreat. Work with me in mentorship. Join my community. There are many ways that we can come together. But community and connection with kindred spirits is what's needed right now. All right, much love. I hope this was helpful, and many blessings to you. Have a great day.